Welcome back, gentlemen and gentlewomen, if you dare to tune in. Well, today you've tuned into the Conspiratorial Gentlemen's Club. Welcome back. I'm Darius.
And I'm George. Darius, have you ever really stopped to think about how little time we actually been walking this earth?
It's a classic thought experiment, George. Well, guess what? It bear repeating. We treat the few centuries of recorded history like it's just nothing. It feels like forever, but it is only a blink of an eye. Okay, this place, this time we've lived in written history is nothing compared to our full history. It's a blink. It's nothing. But guess what? If you put the entire history of the universe in 24 hours, like a metaphorical clock, you only show up in the last less than a minute.
I mean, exactly. Essentially, in the last minute, and about every 100 years, like the last minute, we've already convinced ourselves that we know everything. We accept the official narrative as its gospel. Yet every single generation sees the veil ripped back just a little bit more. I don't know. You're kind of seeing how the strings are being pulled, and just where we're at as a society, as far as a civilization. It's kind of wild.
It definitely is. It's almost a chilling thought, George. And those missing pieces, those intentional omissions. But, they omit so much. Don't forget they, from our historical record. But we were here to piece it back together. We want to know what happened.
Absolutely. Now, our viewers know it. We usually take a deep, long term dive, but as always, the forces of modern world can't help but give us more fresh material. We got a batch of current events this week that are practically begging for a proper skeptical inquiry. Today, we are examining what I'm calling to be the two front distraction, a highly public campaign of alien disclosure running parallel to a quiet but far more sinister financial revolution.
I just want to go back to something you said a few minutes ago. That's our viewers know us. If you are a new viewer, welcome. If you're one of the 36 viewers from our old podcasts, ain't nothing new from the sun. Welcome back. Um,
Welcome back. Excited to
can't,
be
I
back.
wish you guys could. I wish I could say loyal to the foil. You're loyal to something. You know, to the Book of Enoch. I don't know. Emerald tablets of Thoth, something. But let's start with one of those that affects everyone's wallet. Central banking digital currencies. Okay? Or you probably heard it as CBDCs. Okay, George, the official line is simple: efficiency, speed, fighting crime. But you and I both know when it comes to the government's promises and conveniences, there's always hidden costs to our freedom.
I mean, absolutely. So, access, what if your financial access was tied to your social credit score? It's kind of what happening in China as of people. If you don't know, there is like essentially a social credit scores in China and a lot of other, I'm pretty sure North Korea as well. So if you post controversial opinion online or if your carbon footprint is deemed too high, the central bank can program your money to restrict purchases of airline tickets or even high fat foods. This isn't money anymore. Darius is a behavior control system, so like it's kind of like I don't know. At this point, they are trying to control us, and they're not afraid to tell you that they are at this point.
Look how controlled these people are, though. Look how controlled everyone is. Um, Day to day, you go and you see them, and I want to say this digital money. You have to understand something. It's to control people. Look what's going on with the EBT program right now. Okay, and EBT is no different, I think, in my opinion, than our Fed dollars, our Fed coin. The debt notes that we use day to day. It's digital money that's programmable. And programmable is the key word. Imagine a future, George, where your money has the expiration date. It almost feels like it's on its way. It almost feels like our money does have an expiration date. But if the government wants to stimulate a specific sector, as they do, come on, they obviously do that, they can program the money to have more worth or less worth. You know, they can put an expiration date on it. You know that?
Absolutely. So seems like the private banks are getting sidelined at this point, which is interesting. It suggests the power center is consolidating, moving from a semi-private banking cartel to an overt, singular state financial authority. We have to ask if this is being accelerated to coincide with a major economic hail of a Great Reset, perhaps. So I don't know. As far as like what's happening with all this stuff with the banking system and the control that's I mean, you kind of saw it with Kanye West, you saw it with Nick Fuentes as far as them completely I mean, that was even Chase Bank completely deleting money.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they just want to show you that they can do that at this point, and it's getting shown more and more. And now even these private bankings are being sidelined, and like these other companies are coming in because they're able to control the interest high to create higher interest. So even like nowadays on Coachella, you can buy it with like 9 easy payments and then just incredibly high interest rate, and it's not being watched at all. Like they're kind of running, they're running away with this whole entire premise that banks are not even allowed to touch at this point. So it's kind of scary.
and going back to what they did to Kanye, think about that. It certainly feels like it was like a final perfect cage they built, because if you can go after someone who is a billionaire and cut his money in half, and you can make him debanked, normal people get debanked, famous people get debanked, anybody can get debanked, especially when it comes to this digital currency. And the problem is, when you start looking too close, other things start showing up, like what's happening with this Three Eye Atlas, what's happening with this UAP disclosures right now in Congress. Um, they are going to distract us soon, and they're probably going to, they always put one hand forward and the other hand's doing something else. So, but if let's get off the money before we start getting pissed. Let's start getting into UAP disclosure and the alien shield. Um, well, and honestly, that brings us to our next portion. Uh, the pillars of distraction, the sudden coordination push of UAP disclosure. And it's not just sudden, it's been happening from two different administrations. It started over the last one, and it's coming into this one. And, in the conspiratorial world, we say more the government says it's real, less we actually believe in it. It sucks because I wish aliens were real, but, we know Project Blue Beam is going to be a thing. But, you know, after they've denied it over so much time, they've actually had recent congressional hearings from a whistleblower named David Grush, or however you say his name, some German, maybe not. But the Pentagon videos confirm, yes, these things exist. I don't think this is accidental, George.
No, it's definitely just a distraction from everything else they're trying to pull at this point. And I don't know, like I'm a I like space and all that, but like at the same time, we're not even putting as much money into like the water because they're obviously also coming through the water and shooting straight up, and no one's actually questioning what's down there, which is kind of scary. This has been like a thing since the '90s. I feel like they always complained about the money going straight into space and not going underneath, which I personally feel there may be some sort of lineage portal that they're going from underneath because I don't. I think it's interdimensional travel personally.
I feel like that's becoming more popular belief that it's not so much extraterrestrial, it's interdimensional. Um, you know, things coming in and out of the water. Um, Nothing to my knowledge, which is not that vast, shows that we have anything that can drop in the water, defy gravity, defy everything. These crabs,
Yeah, even just the pressures of the water.
yeah. Um, as everyone's always said, when like when you hit water at a high speed, it essentially becomes concrete almost. It could break every bone in your body doing a high jump if you don't land properly. So, you know,
I mean, I feel at this point. it is a two front war of our minds and our wallets. And on one side, the fear is losing our planet to an unknown threat. On the other side, the seductive promise of better, faster, cleaner financial system. Both of them led by the to the same destination: the surrender of individuality and the sovereignty of the elite control structure. So, at the end of the day, we're breaking and bending the knee no matter what. And I don't know, is this going to be the thing that breaks the camel's back to start the beginning of a revolution almost?
What revolution, George?
Even like the bathing ape uh, pictures that like ChatGPT or that were traded on Twitter for that, like the bathing ape photos, and that was just bringing like the amount of money that people are losing on those now. Those were going for multi-million dollars, and now it's absolutely nothing. And it just like, I mean, even with coins nowadays, like you can make a good amount of money on a coin if you rug pull at a certain time. But like, I totally get why people are doing it at this point because like there's no more rules at this point, even with like the government coming in and like the vast knowledge of people being government contractors and knowing what government or people in the government like do insider stock trading. So like money is losing its value almost every day at this point, especially the U.S. dollar.
I've been saying this for years now that people have the crazies. I think that's the problem. So it's like everything's kind of coming to a head. You look at our dollar's been dropping, inflation's been going up, our dollar's losing worth, and it's funny because everyone points fingers at each other on each side, but it's everybody. You have the congressional body just stealing wealth all the time from us by using insider trading, voting on horrible things. Um, so yeah, you were like, do you really blame someone like the Hawk to a girl, the people that she was surrounded to pull the rug under people? Like people are scamming
Hell
people
no.
every fucking second. You know,
Yeah.
I know someone.
Welcome to America
Yeah,
at this point.
and it's like, I know someone recently that got scammed pretty hard, and it's something that you know people act like it's not gonna happen to them, but it's like my favorite line from Always Sunny in Philadelphia from Frank Reynolds. He said, "This is America. Either a doopy or a duper. Kids, you're the doopies." So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just between the euro and the dollar, and now the new money that's coming in between Russia, what was it, Russia, India, China?
the BRICS nations, that's correct.
Yes. So, I
Brazil,
mean,
Russia,
we're
India,
obviously losing
China,
power as
South Africa.
yeah. It just we're losing power obviously at this point, especially with the funding that we're doing in the Middle East and the constant funding, like trying to push it towards Africa, and just where we're at an all time situation with fentanyl. We're at an all time situation with homelessness. We can't feed our vets. We can't feed our people. We're taking away SNAP benefits. We're taking away like all these things where people actually need the money that we're taking it away from. So it's just to me, it's just a sick. It's a sickness that you hope to find a cure for, but at the same time, it's almost like it goes back into like the whole entire American thing. It's like they want you sick in order to spend money.
Yeah, they got to keep you addicted and sick. But I don't know. I feel like we need to change our social programs because it's no reward to get off it. It's only a reward to continue to have it. Um, if you have Obamacare and you get a new job and you start making more money and you don't report that right away, they can actually remove your subsidies and make you pay back every subsidized penny over the last year, even if it's been just 1 month at the end of the year. Um, Look at SNAP benefits. There's quite a bit of people. I think I recently saw is 42 million people have Snap, and the problem is there's a lot of people that need it, and there's a lot of fraud, and there's a lot of things that the Snap benefits give you access to that it shouldn't. Um, and
I mean, you can go to Olive Garden now.
yeah, I remember going, and it's like I think it was during COVID time, and you could just see that it was like, oh, this place now takes EBT, this place now takes EBT,
Domino's, Pizza
and
Hut.
people sell their EBT for cash. And at the end of the day, I want to help people, but the problem is there's too many fucking lazy people. There's too many unhealthy people. There's too many people that think they deserve free shit, and that's not how it works. And right now, both sides are using people's hunger or free mail or
Pawns.
whatever you want as a leverage tool. And I love the propaganda I see every day because I keep seeing propaganda here and there, especially OAF Nation, which, if you ever get back to you, I will box you for charity. Um, or do jujitsu for charity. I don't like this
Interesting.
guy. I hate this guy who runs this admin. He no longer allows people, like I'm one of them, to at him, but whatever. Because he lost an argument with me multiple times, and he's a propagandist. And I don't care if you're a propagandist for the Israeli state, for the DNC, for the Republicans, for the TPUSA. I don't care. Stop being a fucking propagandist. You're a liar, and you push misinformation, and it's both sides. Both sides are using this government shutdown to essentially try to force the other side. And at the end of the day, they're, as politicians do, they fuck with people's lives and they use it for the midterms. They're literally right now getting sound bites and sound clips of pointing the finger at each other. The fact of the matter is, they have voted multiple times. They have not hit their 60 votes to reopen. Um, it's because one side saying yes and one side saying no, and there's a few outliers that have switched sides. So, like on the Republican Party side, you have Thomas Massey. He actually voted no to reopen, and then on the voting yes side, you actually have a Democrat, which crossed the party lines, which was John Fetterman. So, um, sad to say, they want to give social benefits to people that don't deserve them, and that's why they're keeping it closed. And at the end of the day, they really want to have their videos. They're you know, look at everyone's posting about how Trump had a great Gatsby party. Whoa, it's like everyone fucking did shit this Halloween. Like this was like
Mhm.
I saw more cross dressers on Halloween than in years.
We're
Yeah,
back. You know.
blackface, cross dressers, Nazis, communists, like everything's back. Like it is like who cares? So you know what?
It's more of, I feel it's more of just like life is short at this point, and everyone's kind of noticing that because unfortunately, I think at a, more people younger are also dying at a weird rate.
Yeah, well,
So people are just kind of like, I don't know. It's more like, you don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow, so live it up right now, which is great in my opinion. Like it kind of like allows you to kind of come out of your shell a little bit too. But yeah, that's the economy. Like we're in a K economy essentially. So it's like you have a group of people going up and you have a group of people going down. Like that's where we're at this point, and we're in it. I would say it's almost we are in an influencer economy. Like particularly in Arizona, we have a gym being built particularly for influencers to
oh,
live next to the gym. Yeah, it's
awesome.
a lifetime gym, and it's connected to a luxury apartment facility, so people can film and go back to home and make content and
Hmm.
post it.
Yeah. Hey, are you gonna go? Are
Huh?
you gonna go to that gym?
If this works out, why not?
Okay. That means you need to click
So,
subscribe, like, comment, and share.
and we'll take sponsors.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Strip clubs included.
The more the merrier. But it is at that point where they're just, it's how much content can you put out, and people are feeding it. Obviously, the data centers are blowing up all over the U.S. as well, and you have ex politicians like lobbying for them now because they need the room, because AI needs storage and all those things at this point.
They
So
need
you're getting
nuclear
into this whole entire
reactors.
economy of that too.
Yeah, they need nuclear reactors to run these motherfuckers because there's actually I heard this winter there's gonna be really bad power surges and problems with the grids because of all the AI. Um, and actually, I don't know if you saw the new Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. Elon Musk was saying that the in the future it's like AI is just gonna be everything. It's gonna get so advanced that it's like you don't need apps, you don't need phones. Whatever you can think of, it'll just do it for you and create it for you. Um, I can ask AI right now if you want me to, if that's true.
No, for example, like going back to the politicians, like our ex senator here, Kristen Cinema. She bullied. She essentially went to Chandler, Arizona, and bullied the people down there to lobby for a data center down there, and they're going to go to votes. But like she's basically already telling them you can't do anything about it, and like the city of Chandler is like, we're going to fight it, but like they just have so much money that they're going to build these data centers everywhere. And unfortunately, in Arizona, we're a desert,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't have a lot of water. So those take up a lot of water itself as well. So it's just like where's our money going? It's going overseas to Israel now. It's going to the
But
wrong
they're a desert
places in
too.
my.
They need the money. And look at they need the money. They need to funnel that money back through APAC and give influencers money. Going back to influencers, that 7,000 schmeckles is not cheap.
No, but like it's just the amount of money that's also funding it that like pushes it with their or the Ellison family kind of taking over the U.S. at this point and being the monarchy. It's like, yeah, they control everything at this point. What are you going to do?
We can do a lot.
What's the plan?
You tell me.
Like, how are you going to handle this?
I'll show you how I'm gonna handle this, George. Look at this. This is gonna be us. It's gonna be us one day. AI, thanks AI.
That's so cool.
So,
That's so cool.
so yeah. Just wanted to see.
Can you play it?
Oh no, it's not a video. I can make it into a video. Hold on. Copy image.
Still wild though.
Look at how. Um, here, hold on. Let me get out of this so it's faster. What do you want the video to say or do?
Oof.
Have aliens come and interrupt this podcast and steal the guy on the right. But yeah, sorry to kind of derail that. Life's crazy right now, man. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I don't believe in black pills. I actually truly believe that, good can go well and can. Okay, hold on. Sorry. God damn it. It didn't work. This I don't believe in black pills. Sorry. What about you? Are you a black pillar?
What did you say? Black pill?
Yeah, the black pill. You know what that means, right?
I mean, there has to be a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Like, like it's kind of like scary for people in the US, I'd say primarily right now, because like it's so, I don't know, it could go either way at this point. You have even like what's happening in New York between the mayoral race that could possibly change the whole entire layout of the political parties as well too. And if it works, great. If it doesn't,
So,
I don't know.
wait, you like this guy?
Mondani,
Yes.
he seems like a chill dude. Do I think it's gonna work? I don't. But like, I like where his like head is at, and unfortunately, it it provides us a little bit more like, it's just like this guy wasn't born in America, and he does all this stuff, and like no one in America can copy that or like even get close to that is kind of wild to me. Like that's what I'm trying to get at.
But
It's
so
like,
he is someone that just says all the right words, right? He does code switching. He knows that people are broke, pissed, and tired. Also spoiled in America, and he is using nice words that they want to hear. You know, like the first time I heard him was the first debate, and that's when they to the Democratic. Sorry, when they were all debating, all the Democrats just for the Democrat nomination, and he was talking about. They asked the question, as mayor, what is the first country you're gonna visit? And everyone said Israel. That was fucking creepy, dude. I thought it was fake. I thought it was AI almost. And he's the
yeah,
only one that
no,
didn't
that
say that.
helped them so
But
much.
here's the deal: hell is paved through good intentions. He does not have good intentions, but people think he does. He is probably not going to fulfill 90% of the campaign promises that he has. Um, if he were to essentially privatize, sorry, no, sorry, not do the opposite of privatize, take grocers and make them government, um, take housing and make them government. He's not going to be governor forever, is he? Um,
No, he's never done like anything.
No, but I'm saying is he's
I think
not.
he was a
No, but what
councilman.
I'm saying is he's not going to be governor forever. So he's going. These
No,
projects are going to take years, longer than he can even be. In his first term. So I doubt they're going to go through. And if they do, they're going to bankrupt New York, and the feds are going to pull money from New York. He's already promised to make New York the greatest sanctuary city, where he will not allow feds in, ICE, and anything like that, and all the people are welcome. He promotes, you know, and again, I have nothing against cultures, religions, and languages, but I personally think that the federal government should make English the official language because, promoting that it's good and awesome that you don't speak English and you live in this country is not safe. It's not good. And, like, I'm sorry, I would not want to go somewhere and not understand what the fuck people are saying and just have to group with the people that sound and look like me. And it's going to be self segregation that's only going to cause more division, more problems. And again, I think he's just telling people in New York that are broke what they want to hear, but he's not going to fulfill what he's saying. And that's the real problem because he is vying for one thing. He wants to be ahead of the Democratic Party, and he is smart, and he knows that there's a power vacuum. The older ones are about to die off in the next 5 to 10 years. Okay, Pelosi is not going to be holding this anymore. You know, Schumer,
but
Nadler.
I think like he also ruined the things for like AOC, because like I think the big thing that everyone almost agrees on is the Israel thing, and like that's why the Democrat. I mean, there's no Thomas Massey of the Democratic Party either. You know, like you
Yeah,
have AOC, who's also a New York person who's trying to become the president of the United States,
yeah, but
but like people,
she's even toned it back. She's no longer a part of the squad. The new squad is Mandani, Bernie Sanders, and AOC. What you need to do is take the money from the rich and give it to the poor. Look, let me tell you something. I have written a book to tell you all about the government. Look, I don't own millionaires and I mean, I don't only like billionaires because now I'm a millionaire and I have a new book. You know,
No,
I
accurate,
believe in
accurate
socialism, but buy my
for
book
sure.
for 1995. Um,
I wanna at this
they're all
point he's
liars.
gonna win.
Yes, he is
I
gonna win,
wonder
and
how it's gonna look.
I hope to God he wins. And I hope to God he enacts every single thing he says he is going to. And I hope that everyone leaves New York that has money, everyone who leaves New York that gives a fuck. I hope all the Jewish community leave. I hope all the billionaires leave, the millionaires leave. I hope everyone who has anything sells all their properties. All the foreign money that's there is going to be gone. All the American money is going to be gone. The problem is, New York was a major hub and the start of the world, the U.S. Like then one of the biggest major cities in the world, and
If
then
New
it
York
became,
catches a
and then it
sneeze, the
became,
whole U.S.
yeah.
gets a
But here's the
cough.
problem: everything going back, everything's digital now. You don't need a Wall Street right here. See this thing?
No, no.
I can do trading. I can do everything. I can go and bet now. Do you know most betting happens off of here? Vegas is dying. Guess what? Vegas is dying because betting's on here. Guess what else is on here?
Mhm.
Wall Street's on here. You don't need to have a trading anymore. The analog is dying, and New York is going to collapse and beg
What?
for money.
That's why
They
90%.
they can't raise the taxes on the people that have money. They're going to leave, and they're going to do what California did, and threaten to do a retroactive tax that will follow you, like if a leaving tax. Um, it's only going to get worse. And
So I do think the 90% increase in rent since 2020 is kind of wild for them.
um,
So I'm like,
that's wrong.
what?
That is wrong.
That's I don't know how that the fuck happened. Like, to be
Do you want to know
honest,
how that happened? There
I
has
mean, it was
been
probably just
nothing but power grabs since 2020.
for sure
Look at the fires and what has happened in Maui and California, and guess what's happening? Land grabs.
Chinese people are buying the property.
We've paid the world to come. The Qataris, the Chinese, all these people, the Saudis, they're buying things and they're pricing out Americans. And what they're doing is they're buying things from the upper and middle class. The upper middle class is moving from California, New York, Chicago, the rich areas, and then they're buying up the middle lower classes stuff at a higher rate, and it's like this trickle down that has happened since 2020. And
Yeah,
investment groups that literally BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, all of these companies, they own part of each other, and they're buying out people, and they've actually stopped. But guess what? They can't be stopped completely from buying out everything, is because pensions, they're holding pensions. They're using pensions to buy properties. So essentially, it's this like weird short term gain that's just destroying long term gains. So it's ruining generations. It's not just boomers, but boomers are also great. They're killing us too. It's like this: the ship is burning and people are looting the fucking silverware. But the problem is the ship, if it burns, it's in the harbor. Every ship around it's gonna burn. We're all connected. The United States
yeah.
is connected like an octopus across the entire world. Everyone will collapse if we completely collapse.
Hmm.
Or we're gonna go into war and massacre everyone. So
Yeah.
Venezuela is about to get it.
Do you think that the U.S. peaked in the 90s?
The world did, bro. There ain't not. Bro, go look at like a compilation from like 1985 to 2005 and tell me that was awesome. Like, just go look at a video. Like, we'll post one here. in post op. Ready? Hold on. That was a dope video, wasn't it? Like,
That was amazing. Yeah.
I'm gonna shed a tear. You're gonna shed a tear.
I mean, even like the average age to buy a home in the U.S. now is 38 years old. For your first home is 38 years old, which has never been the
Yeah.
case. So, uh, even out here, rent's getting cheaper, but it's because of the mass inventory because no one's moving out here
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, everyone stopped.
But it's also
The migrations have
but it's
stopped.
also
And so in Vanguard Blackstreet, they've stopped purchasing massive amount of homes to sell. Even the market out here has become very stagnant and it's starting to drop. Houses have like peaked and have actually started to drop. Um, there's no money. Where's the money at? Like, it's like all money is going to AI, and it's like that's about it. Like,
do you feel there's going to be a crash soon? What's your thoughts?
I think there's going to be a twofold crash. The solution to the first crash is only going to cause a bigger crash, and the solution is going to be robotics and AI. But then they're going to take everyone's jobs. So there's going to be this UBI that they're going to be forced to put in UBI. There's literally no way to get around it.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is, and
Yeah.
that's going to be the next big issue is
People need something to do.
people have no jobs, and that's when
Yeah.
our fear of the mark of the beast is going to happen. The pod's going to happen. The Neuralink, it's going to happen. Sorry, it's inevitable. And so, what do you do?
Yeah.
Um, in the
What do you do?
in my favorite part about this, at least, is it's going to start with the smug, college-educated people that. Yeah, I'm looking at you. I think you're better. You're not. Remember, everyone was told to go learn how to code. You know, but it's going to go for manual. An easy manual is going to go by quick. These new robots are quick. They're cheap. If you think about it, what people pay someone in a year, they can get a robot in a year's salary for somebody. So pay up front by 5, and then have 2 people only working. After 5 years, it's not only paid off, but you've made
Yeah. It's
so
cheaper
much
to
money.
pay people to stay at home.
Yeah. So have you seen these new robots? They look like they almost look like this new humanoid robot that's like pillow looking. They have gray, black, or white. Have you seen them?
Yeah, the Swedish ones, right?
Yeah, the Swedish ones. Yeah, they poop out Swedish fish. Apparently, can't wait.
Yeah. I think they can cook.
Yeah, and Optimus robot's gonna be doing the same. Um, it's gonna be
Yeah.
scary.
It's also going to be interesting for. It might be interesting for relationships for people that can't find love
I think.
to find
I think it.
the AI thing.
So what I've foreseen in the next few years is this. It's not going to be a complete collapse of jobs overnight. It's going to be a phasing out of jobs, right? So like certain jobs are going to collapse pretty fast, but for the most part, you don't want to get rid of all humans for many reasons. One, you don't want to lose knowledge. Two, you don't want you need like a redundancy on aircrafts, right? They have electrical systems, but then they also have mechanical systems because something happens to electrical, you need to still be able to fly that fucking plane to get it to the ground at least. And or if there's like a malfunction or something, you need a backup system, a redundant system that's different. And so I think what's going to happen is it's going to be like 75% of workforce loss to AI/robots, and then 25% kept. Look at what they did at Twitter. They got rid of a massive amount of people and showed they could still be efficient. Doge's ultimate goal was and still is working towards it. They just don't have their figurehead anymore. It doesn't mean they're not working. Is to dramatically reduce as much as they can. And the best way to reduce government spending is getting rid of useless people that don't fucking work, that continue to get raises every year and have no skills. And that's a big thing. And so I think the big fear in the private and public sector is, look at this. Like, imagine having 2 human staff at an elderly place and then having 10 of those robots that can help them move. But you also need a human looking over, making sure there are things. I think nurses and doctors, it's going to go down to like doctor AI assistants, doctors. So they're going to get rid of 50% of doctors, only like surgical, very specific specialized doctors is going to be important. But they're going to be assisted by AI. And then nursing is probably going to get dropped another, about 50% of, or maybe 25%. And it's probably going to phase into about 80%, where it's like you have like field manager nurses, where it's like all the robotics do everything, but then the nurse is just that oversight, making sure it is correct, right? Because like we're not at that point where AI can and function without any flaws. They call it hallucination when it gets something wrong. I don't like.
Do you think healthcare would change from that?
Yeah.
Cheaper or more expensive?
I would say cheaper, more efficient, and different. And going into even like picking strawberries, bro. There's gonna be robots picking strawberries. There's gonna be robots doing manual labor. Now, more specialized is gonna take longer. Like, there are specialized manual labor jobs that are gonna take years. But again, it's gonna start with like these, say, construction, where it's like, okay, we're gonna have certain drone excavators, drone this, and it's like you have backup humans that do it or can help control them, right? Like in
Drone
China,
operators on the construction.
yeah. So the
machines
docks,
too.
there's docks in China that have 0 humans working at them. They're in command centers. So instead of having
Same with Long Beach.
instead of having hundreds upon hundreds of workers down there, there's 0. They're all people. Now it's like a group of, just say for easy math, like 10, 20 people, and 20 people, right? Running all these different devices more efficiently, faster, and better. Now, guess what? You still need maintenance, so those are good jobs. Maintenance will be something, robotics and understanding AI and stuff. But at the end of the day, even at one point, the robots will maintain themselves. And that's kind of the end scenario for you. That's when it gets a little scary, where it's like, okay, we are truly gone too far. So I would say it's not over, but it is going to phase, and it's going to be over the next few years, and it's going to be rapidly quick.
I think Kanye West is going to save us.
Yeah, well, he's running again, 2028. Kanye West.
Dude, he played it very well. Even just like at this point, he played it very well. This 4D chess thing, because now everything he says is people are finding out it's kind of true. So
I miss Kanye.
I'm just excited to see what like. Oh, I'm gonna vote for his ass at this point, man, because I don't care. Like, I voted in a minute on 24. I wrote him in on 24. I'm gonna go again because.
Well, hopefully you don't.
At this point, why not?
We'll make that an episode. Maybe our next one.
I think that'd be amazing.
We can go into his original race. We can just go to the whole Kanye episode, just from beginning to now. That'd be really fun. But
that'd be really cool.
I think it's time to start closing out this episode.
All right, that was a great one.
Yeah.
This is our first episode, guys. Just want to say a couple things. We are looking for guests, so if you are wanting to be a guest on the CGC podcast, Conspiratorial Gentlemen's Club, Please reach out to us at cgccrew@proton.me.com and email us, and we'll see if you have a great idea for our podcast and you want to speak your mind. Please go ahead and do that. Sponsorship, please reach out. We'd love to have some more sponsors and to work with you guys too.
Yeah, hey, and hit us up personally. If you ever want to get a hold of me, just go to long_lost_Castro. Shoot me a DM. I'll probably respond there. But yeah, we're back. We're gonna get better. This is kind of like a dry run. We're gonna
TikTok, YouTube,
we're gonna have the whole shebang.
Spotify.
So by the time this episode's on YouTube, we should be. Our Spotify is gonna be ready. Our YouTube is obviously gonna be on YouTube. TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you call it, Twiddler,
everything.
Blue Skies. You can threaten to kill us on Blue Skies.
Truth Social.
Yeah, like Blue Skies. Maybe we'll wear pink, makes lipstick or something on that one. Like, would you fuck me?
Threats. Everything.
Yeah, reach out
to us.
Looking
forward to it.
Definitely. If you're in the Waco area or the Phoenix area, you can be live or just, get a phone or get your laptop, whatever you have. Definitely we are going to start doing this more often and be a little bit more structured. But we just kind of wanted to get the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm.
All right, George.
Well, thank you guys very much.
What's your sign off?
Man, visit us soon.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to my original. I'm never getting rid of it. Keep your eyes open. All three of them.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.
Thank you.